Valentine's Day. One evening is in February. Grandpa Grizzly came to visit. He shook the snow off his fur coat and sat by the fire. A story, a story. Tell us a story, cried the hoppers. Come sit before me, said Grandpa Grizzly. Do you know what holiday is coming? The hoppers sat and thought. What day was coming? Don't you know what comes on the 14th of February? Asked Grandpa Grizzly. The hoppers thought as hard as they could. They could not remember. Perhaps there is a surprise in my suitcase to help you remember. Do you have any idea? Asked Grandpa Grizzly. No, no, we have it, the hoppers cried. Then I'm afraid you must wait until tomorrow morning before you get your surprise. Do not sleep late. The hoppers laughed and promised to wake up early. They wondered all night what the surprise might be, all except Snubby-Nose. He remembered what day was coming. He slept soundly the whole night. Speedy Legs, Fluffy Tail, and Floppy Ears woke up early the next morning. They they went on tiptoe into Grandpa Grizzly's room and woke him up. Open the suitcase and see your surprises, Grandpa Grizzly said. Speedylegs looked inside and found a little bow and arrow. Fluffy Tail looked inside and found a little pair of wings. Floppy Ears took out a big box of chocolates. This all came from Cupid because, of course, it was Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, the hoppers cried. But there was no Snubby Nose to find his present. Where is Snubby Nose? Asked Grandpa Grizzly. They looked everywhere, but Snubby Nose was gone. They ate their breakfast, and still Snubby Nose did not come. They ate their lunches, and still Snubby Nose did not come. Finally, Mother Hopper said, "We should go to the town and look for Snubby Nose." Grandpa Grizzly waited by the fire in case Snubby-Nose came home. The hoppers took their wings and their chocolates and their bow and arrows and marched down the road. They were a great sight. Soon they heard the patter of little feet running toward them. Snubby Nose came around the corner. He had a red paper heart under his arm. I remember what comes on the 14th of February. It is Valentine's Day. I made a valentine for Grandpa Grizzly. All this time, Grandpa Grizzly waited at home while the hoppers are out. I'll make them some Valentine cookies, he said. He made some lovely cookies. They cut them in the shape of hearts and sprinkled red sugar on them, just as he took the last pan from the oven. Snubby-Nose rushed in. The 14th of February is Valentine's Day, he said, and I have made you a valentine. Grandpa Grizzly was very pleased. He opened Snubby-Nose valentine and read it to the hoppers. Please accept this heart of mine. I am your loving valentine. Grandpa Grizzly was so pleased. He gave Snubby Nose the largest cookies of all. 1. How can you tell this story took place in the winter? A. It was snowing outside. B. Grandpa Grizzly wore a fur coat. C. There was a fire burning in the house. D. All of the above. A. It was snowing outside. 2. Who was missing on Valentine's morning? A. Grandpa Grizzly. B. Mother Hopper. C. Snubby Nose. And D. Fluffy Tail. A. Grandpa Grizzly. 3. What did the Hoppers want Grandpa Grizzly to do as soon as he got to their house? A. Play games. B. Bake cookies. C. Tell them a story. D. Give, give them a present. C. Tell them a story. 4. Grandpa Grizzly kept the surprises. A. In his car. B. Under his tent. C. In his suitcase. D. Under his bed. C. In his suitcase. 5. What does it mean to sleep soundly? A. To sleep well. B. To go to sleep early. C. To wake up very late. D. To stay awake all night. C. To wake up very late. 6. What did Grandpa Grizzly have for the hoppers? A. A pair of wings. B. A bow and arrow. C. A box of chocolates. D. All of the above. 6. B. A bow and arrow. 7. What was the main problem in his story? A. Grandpa Grizzly would not share. B. Snubby Nose could not be found. C. Mother Hopper didn't want to bake any cookies. D. The Hoppers had no present for Grandpa Grizzly. A. Grandpa Grizzly would not share. 8. Why did Grandpa Grizzly make cookies? A. For a treat for the Hoppers. B. To take them home with him. C. To sell them at the store for money. D. All of the above. A. For a treat for the Hoppers. 9. What does remember mean? A. To think some of something. B. To make up a new story. C. To bring someone something. D. To find something that was lost. A. To think of something. 10. What happened just before the Hopper saw Snubby Nose? A. He had snow fall on their faces. B. They heard Snubby Nose running toward them. C. They made a valentine for Grandpa Grizzly. D. They ate the cookies Grandpa Grizzly made. B. They heard Snubby Nose running toward them.